Hi, my name is Allison and welcome to my new home. I've only been here 6 days, so it is very new to me. I moved to Canyon Falls, sold my home of 13 years in the village of Woodland Springs. My home in Woodland Springs was my first home. I bought it in my late 20s, and what attracted me to the neighborhood was the location. The Alliance area was really up and coming, so I knew I was going to be close to shops and restaurants. And I also loved the trails in Woodland Springs, all the ponds you could walk around, and the accessibility of all the different pools in the neighborhood. So when I decided to put my house on the market, I knew I wanted a realtor who was very familiar with Village of Woodland Springs. So I began to look around on the community Facebook page. I asked coworkers and friends, and Callie's name kept coming up. So I was so eager to talk to her. She came over to my house, and I think the first time we met, we visited for probably 2 hours. And I immediately knew that Kallie is a person who is a connector. She knows how to connect with people and build a rapport. So I trusted her immediately, and I knew that she would always be on my side and be my strongest advocate. And throughout this process and working with her and her team, that proved to be true. And so I know I definitely made the right choice. When I decided I wanted to sell my house, I was very hesitant, thinking, what am I doing in the middle of a pandemic? Not only that, it was about 5 days before Thanksgiving when my house went on the market, and so I had no idea what was going to happen that time of year. But I'm so glad I put my foot forward and put it on the market, because after Kallie listed my house, I think it was on a Friday, the first offer was in by 2:30 on Saturday. So we were under contract in no time. So the process of selling my home went so seamlessly. I didn't lose any sleep at night, and I'm just so pleased with how well it went. So after we were under contract and the buyers had the inspection on the home I was selling, there were a few things that came back that they recommended being fixed, and Kallie was able to work with the buyer's agent to negotiate those items, and in the end I just gave them $200 and said, use it as you please to fix the house how you want. So that was really easy. I didn't have to worry about having contractors coming onto my property and delaying the process while we were waiting to get to closing. Now, thinking of selling my home so fast also put me in the position of, where am I going next, and what if my new home isn't ready? And so luckily, when I found this home, Kallie was able to work with me and the sales consultant to figure out the correct timeline. I was able to get a lease back on my home, so I didn't have to rush in moving out. And this home was ready, I moved out, and the new owners were able to take possession without me feeling like I was left on the street. I decided to purchase this home in Canyon Falls because I was looking for new construction, and I wanted my commute to work to be about the same as it was when I was living in the village of Woodland Springs. So moving just a little bit north kept my commute the same. I was attracted to this community because of the hill country atmosphere. There is a great area for a dog park and many trails and natural areas to enjoy. And the sunrises here are amazing. I've been familiar with Canyon Falls for about a year now because in June of 2019, my younger brother decided to build a house here. So when I was looking for a new property, I knew that there was still plenty of new construction and opportunities in Canyon Falls. So my family came out, we walked around, and I got a feel for what it might be like for me to live here. And then once I started working with Kallie, she found the house that I bought. So we came out, looked through the house together. My brother wasn't with us, but I called him and I said, hey, what do you think about us being neighbors? So now that I'm settled in my new home, my brother is 2 doors down and around the corner. So it's great to be close to family, and it'll really make Canyon Falls feel like a larger community for me because we can enjoy it together. Working with the builder of my new home was also a fantastic process. They were contacting me, I think, every week with updates on where my house was and what was going to happen that week, and with anticipated closing dates. So as we got nearer, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I always had access to my property, so I could come out and check when they put the backsplash in or when the landscaping was done. So that was exciting to see my house come to life. So in purchasing this property, I wanted to protect myself and knowing I was making a huge investment in my new home. So Kallie and I talked about the possibility of me hiring an inspector. And she helped me facilitate that process, found the inspector who came out to the property a few days before my final walkthrough, and provided a list of things the builder needed to address. So at the time of my walkthrough with the builder, we were able to show them that inspection report, and that guaranteed that those items would be fixed by closing. Kallie is always reachable. We would text back and forth, and I felt like if a day went by and we weren't talking, that I needed to just catch up with her because she became my friend. And so if I ever had a question, even if it was something I thought was silly, I would reach out to Kallie or Brandy, and they would get back to me and say, rest assured, Allison, everything's going okay. Everything's on target. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing, and things are gonna work out. So I knew the expertise that Kallie brought was taking care of everything, and it gave me such great peace of mind. So after completing this entire experience and now being settled, if I reflect back, I would give Kallie 5 stars out of 5. And that's because of her transparency. So I even told her on the day that we did our final walkthrough, I said, okay, after I'm here and I'm ready to move, I'll be calling you. I don't expect that to be for a while, but hopefully she'll remember me and keep my name in her phone. If somebody were to ask me for a recommendation of a realtor, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend Kallie for her openness and her accessibility. She is so quick to respond, and most importantly, I know she was an advocate for me, and that's really what matters. So, thanks, Kallie.